What is cloud computing and database? By Nelson Evangelista. This is for my EDOL e-learning project. Think about these new or recent companies: Facebook, Gmail, Twitter, Netflix, Pandora, Flip, Blip, eBay, PayPal, Flickr, Google Doc, AOL, Dropbox, Amazon, Pandora, and iTunes. How about the devices like the mobile phones, laptops, the desktops, internet TV, and iPads? What do they have in common? And also think about these older companies like Blockbuster, Encyclopedia Britannica, and Remington Typewriter. What do they have in common as well? All of them are affected by the technology called the internet. With internet, you also have cloud computing. Cloud computing is the use of computing resources like the hardware and software that are delivered as a service over a network. In this instance, the name cloud comes from the use of a cloud-shaped symbol to show the complex infrastructure it contains in a system diagram. Cloud computing is used to remotely entrust the services by way of users' data. Think about this for a minute. How would you like to have your ERP, your customer resource management, your email, your HR software, your accounting software, and other office software into the cloud? Think for another way. How about your hardware, your operating system files, your database, security patches, and other unpredictable costs can be eliminated or reduced by using the services. Let's think for a moment before we used the cloud. Before we use the cloud, we have upfront business application charges. We have the data servers that we need to consider. We have software upgrade fees. Storage, we need to also have IT experts. Now consider that there's also downtime in this instance. You need to test it, you need to have the right technical support. It needs to have a fail-safe and reliable power. Not to consider that you need to see the effect of your servers on the environment and how inflexible the requirements are. Now, what are the advantages of using cloud computing? There are several. Scalability. It's faster to set up. You pay only what you need. It costs less, and you don't have to pay upgrade of your software. It frees up your IT department so that you could focus on the critical parts of your business. It has unlimited capacity. It's environmentally friendly. It could be elastic, flexible, and centralized. One application for all is customizable. You have collaboration. Anywhere in the world you could work and still be up to date with the software. It's an item used for globalization. And lastly, it improves your reliability of the software. Examples include Google Docs, Soho Office Suite, Pixlr photo editing service, JCut, Aviary, NetSuite, and Salesforce.com. The second one is PaaS, or Platform as a Service. In this model, the consumer creates the software using the tools and libraries provided. The consumer also controls the software and configuration settings. It is when the provider provides the networks, the servers, and other storage devices. Examples include Google App Engine and Windows Azure. The third type of cloud computing is called IaaS, or Infrastructure as a Service. This is when the organization outsources the equipment used to support the storage, hardware, servers, and other networking components. This is when the service provider owns the equipment and is responsible for the running, housing, and maintaining it. Oftentimes, the client typically pays for on a per-use basis. When we talk about infrastructure as a service, the next term comes as a discussion, which is virtualization. In virtualization, we have three different aspects. First one, private hosting. The second one, public hosting. And the third one is hybrid hosting. For private hosting, usually an organization would have their own cloud. They use their own software, they use their own infrastructure, but it's still in the cloud. This type of hosting is very expensive. This is usually done for companies or organizations that wants to have a more secure and a very private cloud area for them. Public hosting, on the other hand, is different. It's the likes of Amazon, Rockspace, GoGrid are the ones that usually provide public hosting. And there are many more other public hosting domains. This type of hosting is relatively cheaper compared to private hosting. It is in this type of hosting, public hosting, wherein cost is distributed amongst users. The third type is a mixture of private and public hosting, wherein the organization would opt to have their own cloud and at the same time use the services of. There are new applications of cloud computing. From research, it says that you could use it as visual search, online translation, augmented reality, in video games, and online survey. When setting up your cloud computing, you need to consider three items. One, the service and the application software needed. Two, what set and type of virtualization is required. And lastly, you need to consider the design, the strategy, and the operation of your cloud computing.